You live from wherever the heck Jeremy wants to bring it to you from. This is Live with 55. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Late Night with CSZ and Live with 55. Let me get Wes where he goes. He goes up here. You're starting from the bottom, and now you're still here. Coming to you late tonight. We had some stuff we had to take care of, and decided to push it off a little bit later. We're only doing the podcast once a week now instead of twice every week. So we wanted to come to you all with a late night episode. Corey Carson in the building. What's good, my man? Appreciate you hopping in here, tuning in. We are going to have a lot of information for you all tonight. We're going to wait a couple minutes till before we get into the meat of things. I know Brian in here. Sean said good night. Just kidding. Look, we're going to party tonight. Late night with 55, which we did that a little bit during the summer. Long time ago was a big hit. What's up, Cash? Look, it's about to get popping in here. And if for anybody that's going on at the same time as we are, look, we made an announcement in advance. You'll have to deal with it. We're going to get our family in here, and we're going to have a good time tonight. Got to introduce first. He is the man that's got the keys to success, and he used to have the keys to the water jug. His name is Wes Keys.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Man, everybody's doing fine. And look, Robbie in here. Good evening, Dwayne. I know why everybody's here tonight. Wes, do you know why everybody's in here late night tonight?
I wonder. Do you know?
Oh, I know, because it is the return of a segment that has been dormant for years. It is the one and only. Oh, okay, man, I hate that. Marcus, hope you feel better soon, man. Hope you got us turned on. And Sean wants to know what's Higgy eating now. Hope you feel better, Marcus, my guy. Daniel said my dude goes to OVW and then does this thing on the podcast. Look, that's what we had to do. And we're going to talk about OVW a little bit in the fourth quarter tonight when we talk about that's our grab bag segment, if you will. But that's not the segment everybody tuned in to listen to tonight. It's the return of Pronounce This with the notorious Higgy. It's our guy Higgy. Higgy, what's good, man?
Hello, everybody.
Listen, I have to give Higgy some props. I know that's weird to hear me say. As you all know, we got back from Orlando at the end of the week last week. While I'm on vacation, I like to try some new stuff, food-wise, not like weird stuff like Higgy. Got down there, was shopping. Higgy, I found the Reese's bananas, man.
I told you.
They were fire.
You found them?
They were fire, yeah. Found them.
Let's go.
Yeah, Robbie, the fourth quarter, we are breaking down our show as we do every week. If this must be your first time on Live with 55, because we break it down into 4 quarters. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and then our fourth quarter is always a mix. It's not always Louisville sports. We do wrestling. We do I do promotions for the Louisville live stream. Big update about that coming up. Mm-hmm. The Ringside Podcast. Big update about that. And man, I don't even want. And then we talk about the 502 Circle a little bit in the listen, Robbie, Fount. You know where I grew up. It's Fount. It is what it is. Sean says Higgy is eating. Daniel said, good to see Higgy, said no one ever. Antron, what's good, 55? And look, Antron, I'm glad. Yeah, Chad. And we're going to do this. We're going to start doing this. I think as long as the numbers are good, we'll continue to do these Thursday nights later in the evening. We're trying to give everybody a little bit of time to hop on here. We know there's other shows on, and we don't want to leave everybody out. And, we're considerate. If we're anything, we're considerate. Robert Holt, the man, myth, the legend. He's talking about me. I appreciate it. We got a lot of the Ringside Podcast got a lot of airtime tonight at the OVW live event at Davis Arena. So I was very happy with that. And we were all in the building, but we'll get to that in a little bit. What we're going to talk about tonight, though, in the first quarter, we're going to talk about the transfer portal, who's left, who we're going after, who we hope to get. Second quarter, we're going to talk about the immense job that Pat Kelsey is doing targeting high schoolers and letting people know. Let's not get this twisted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We'll talk about that in the second quarter. Third quarter, it's going to be pronounced this. We're going to go with Higgy's Time to Shine. I have got 5 words that range in difficulty from 9th grade all the way to college scholar level. And Wes, you've never played Pronounce This with us. So the way we do it, even if we don't know how to pronounce it, we act like Higgy's stupid for not being able to pronounce it. Like, oh, I know that. I knew that was hypochondriac. And not, as Higgy would say it, hypochondriac. He did one time. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and put some of these comments up on the board as we're letting people still feed in. Antron, what's good, 55 recruit? So, Antron, we've been doing something on YouTube with both all 3 podcasts, Live with 55, 55 Clips, and it is 55 Clips, right?
Yeah.
CSZ Podcast. We've been doing YouTube subscriptions, and we were offering 3 different levels of subscriptions. My man Antron kind of gave me a good idea the other day because everybody really gets the same info for the first 2 levels. There's a little bit of a difference, but for the 3rd level, you get exclusive access to contact us anytime and or do like sort of like a cameo. We'll do cameos for y'all. Any of that stuff. Yes, absolutely. Hit the like button and share on all the different platforms. We appreciate it. So so I think, Antron, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch all the levels to just 1 level. If you want to support us there, we appreciate it. If Higgy's the one that kind of got you to, or if Wes is the one, whoever, like, I guess we're going to do kind of like an incentive thing. So if Wes can get people to sign up and they say, hey, Wes sent me, we'll send Wes some love. Same thing with Higgy. Same thing with me, Dalton, Joey, OG Wes, Sean, Sam, any of them. Did I leave anybody out? I always leave one person out. Okay, good. I didn't. So, all right. We will, let's see. I want to check something out real quick. Hey, Gary Gates down in Panama City Beach, Florida, tuning in. What's up, my man? Hope you've been doing good. You know what? Look, got you some love right there, putting you on the bottom of the screen. Gosh, man, I used to go to Panama City Beach every year, and they started taking like some of my. Again, I hate the beach. I hate sand. I don't want sand in places that I have to clean extra hard to get sand out of it. But Teresa loves the beach, so we go to the beach, and I go out. I walk around the parks and stuff, and I'll go out and I'll grab something to eat. And since it's 3 or 4 miles to walk there, I'm like, all right, I rationalize that in my head. Wes Brocky in the building, a.k.a. Big Brock. I'll never call you that again. TJ in here. What's up, fellas? Well, thankfully, the Cavaliers are not up. It's a tie series right now. But I digress. They've closed like 3 of my favorite restaurants down there. So I've not been. We've been going to Orlando more often, and we can take the puppy with us to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have as many puppy-friendly places, and the ones that are puppy-friendly charge you an arm and a leg. Gregory Anthony, my guy Greg, what's up, man? Let's go ahead. Before we get started, I think we almost given enough time to get everybody in here. Robbie checking in on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate it. Earlier today, there was a tweet that was sent out by somebody that covers the University of Smurf Turd. And they put out, and of course, you all know, as soon as he tweeted this out, I got 1,000 texts and DMs. Nolan Smith is expected to be named the next assistant coach at Central Florida. That's not true. That's the 3rd time this week somebody has put that rumor out there. I know who's putting the rumor out there. It's not true. He's been working, and we're not going to name anything, but he's been Central Florida. Let's just put it this way: Central Florida is not the spot you're going to see Nolan Smith at next year, barring his first, his first gig falling through, which everybody knows anything like that could happen. Thanks, Wes. Wes changed his big shot Brocky thing. Someone please tell me how Tyrese Halliburton is on the Olympic team over Spida, because I don't know. I have no idea. It's easier when I have people to put these comments up here. So I want to go ahead and knock that out real quick. We're getting up to where I want to be at number-wise. So let's get into it. Transfer portal news. So let's go ahead and pull this document up that our fabulous producer, Tanner, good luck on your job interview tomorrow, Hickman, gave us. The top, there's 5 guys, and you all can give us more names, but these are the 5 guys that, no Higgy, not like with the fries and the burgers. Brian Davis in the building. What's good? Number 1 on the list that we wrote down, not number 1 on Louisville's list, but number 1 on our list, Ugana Onyenso from the University of Smurf Turd in Lexington, 7-foot-tall forward. He is a guy that I believe, Wes, does he have a visit coming up, or has he not scheduled his visit yet?
I haven't heard anything about a visit.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about a visit either.
It's been very quiet since they said he had interest with Alabama, but then Alabama got another big, so he's not looking at Alabama anymore. So we don't know.
You know what?
Alabama took the big from Rutgers.
Let me really quickly. You all talk a little bit about Wes. Let us know what you think about Uganda's game, because I've already told Steve and he's agreed with me. If we sign him, his hashtag is "You're gonna learn today." Go ahead and tell us what you like about Uganda Uren's.
I like that.
Whatever his name is.
That, honestly. He's more defensive minded. He's had some good games throughout the year, but he's not really a offensive juggernaut at center. He's more traditional, more around the rim. He doesn't have a lot of moves, but he's a really good shot blocker. So he would be somebody that's really good to have as a rim protector in the middle, holding it down.
Higgy, what about you? What are your thoughts on Uganda?
I think I agree with Wes's statements. The only thing I would add as well is that the thing for me is he's got to get his perimeter shot down. There's got to be some perimeter shooting other than dunks and everything like that for him. He does not have a perimeter game right now. That's one thing I'd like to see him improve upon for the season if he came to us. I'd like a guy for a rim protector, but I'd like to have a guy that's also a perimeter shooter as well to be able to space the floor more.
Let's see. Sharing a photo. Oh, there.
And Babu. Yes, it's 3 hours in between supper.
Did you call him Bob? Did you call him Babu?
Babu. How do you say it?
Bad, which makes me. I can't wait for pronounce this. Let's go ahead and really quickly send it. I thought I was going to have enough time to send this text. I was trying to get some info. Hope you feel better. Send Marcus the text real quick.
Is that why he wasn't on today?
I think so.
Yeah, because I listened to the show earlier, and it was Nikki at first, but then Steve came out of traffic and got on. So yeah. Still a good show though.
Absolutely. No, it's not the third quarter yet, but Higgy's already mispronouncing words. It's amazing. Let's go ahead and get to the next. I'm sorry. I'm getting an influx of text. Kason Pryor, 6'10" forward from South Florida. Mm-hmm. Looks like he has a lot of. He's got a really good skill set. What do you like about his skill set?
Inside and out, he's really solid offensively. Haven't seen too much on him defensively, but he's a very well-rounded player. He plays. He doesn't play like he's 6'10". He has good handles, can put it on the floor, take it to the rack, shoot it from 3. He can do a little bit of everything. He's very versatile, and he fits the mold of what a Pat Kelsey center would be.
Absolutely. I am checking. Sorry. Next up.
Oh, yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, for sure. Throwing Red State on here. Onyenso is going to a place he can prove he can be an offensive threat. Don't forget, Cal has made other players look like one-trick ponies too. I really don't know. First, let's go back to Uganda for a second. It's down to us and who for him? Oklahoma?
Yes, as far as I've heard.
Okay. In Great Asabar, he's on the list. I'm taking him off the list officially tonight. I feel like as we told you on the show, somebody tried to tell us, no, it's Texas Tech. It's absolutely Washington. I would bet my house. I would bet everything in my savings account. We are not getting that kid and that he is going to Washington. If you want to take up any bets for the CSZ collection plate, we sure would appreciate it. Achor, 6'9" forward from Sanford. He's got a really nice skill set. Reminds me a lot, and I know what y'all are going to say at first, but I feel like this kid was really underrated here at Louisville and didn't meet his upside. But Mango Mathiang, I love Mango.
Yeah.
The dude that's what reminds me of Achor. Reminds me of him. I don't know who he's down to. I thought that Tanner was going to tell us who the finalists were for these kids, so I apologize. Just got to hear any speculation on who we land. Lore, what's good? Well, we can tell you that it's not going to be a great Asabar. Not sure when he's going to commit, but who's Higgy talking to?
I was hollering at the dog, making sure she was.
Okay. My bad. Who do I want? Robbie, great question. Let me get the last kid out, and then I'll tell you who I want. Coleman Hawkins, Illinois, 6'10" forward. That would be my number one. That would be number one on my list. Give me any combination of Hawkins. I would take Hawkins in Achor. I would take Hawkins in Pryor. I would take Hawkins in Ugonna. Hawkins is my number one draft pick out of the list of the four or five bigs we're going after. Wes, what about you? Who would be your same?
1,000% same. His skill set is perfect. If he really wants to, he can play the 4 in the system. Like, he's really very well rounded.
And Babu is correct. Double A is on a visit to Auburn right now as we speak. Let me check one more thing really quickly, so that.
And I was going to say, with the 4 roster spots we have available right now, I would take all 4, honestly, because we need a 1 and 2 at each position in regards to depth wise. So I would take all 4 in a heartbeat if we could get them, but at the same time,
we're not going to get off.
We're not going to get great off more, so take them out of that.
Yeah. And Kaysen might end up going to Arkansas or something because they're on his list. So I could see him ending up there or somewhere like that. But he has a lot.
Y'all know how aggravating it gets when somebody messes you up and you. I just erased the entire show. Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay.
And last but not least, I did forget this. I'm so glad that Brian brought this up. We were talking about transfer portals, but I guess we could wrap this up and say 24 class. We are talking to Michigan decommit 6'8" forward Connie Ruths. He looks. Lyndon checking in. What's up, CSZ people? Charles Wimpy in the building. So we got a lot of stuff on the table still. But again, I am officially taking Asabar off of the Cardinal Sports Zone watch list. I've said this for 3 weeks now. There's no chance he goes anywhere other than Washington. Anthony Easton, I've seen, and this look, we love doing this show because you all take it. This is y'all's show. You all tell us what you want to talk about. We just add some stuff into it, and it's teaching. I'm trying to teach Wes and Higgy how to do a podcast, and I know I don't let them. People are like, well, you don't let them talk that much. Well, I'm trying to teach them how to do it. What if James Scott turned? What's up, JB? So Anthony says, I've seen folks on Auburn's board saying something about they probably can't get him enrolled due to transcripts or his major. Okay. Brian McGlasson says, what if James Scott turns into a freshman year Samaki Walker and we don't know it? 13-7-2. I would love it. And Jason says, what's up, fellas? Let me check in really quick. Again, when you don't have your producer, it's kind of difficult to do everything as well, especially when you got people who like to be on the show and then not be on the show. Mike Murphy and other people tuning in. We appreciate that, Mike.
I have total faith that James Scott could turn into that. Given the starting minutes, he could definitely turn into that.
I do too. Charles, tell you what's not true about Asabar. Yeah, if you can go back. I had somebody in here, and I want to say it was our guy John that was telling me, no, it's going to be Texas Tech. It's not going to be Garrett Hoover, the meat master. Pause. I'm giving that a few seconds to simmer. That's meat humor, guys.
Pause again.
You can find 2 or 3 weeks ago on the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast where I told people that he was not coming. I thought it was a coin flip between us in Washington, but he wasn't going to Texas Tech. I'm now telling you. Realville Sports checking in. What's up, Bo?
Yeah.
I'm taking him off my list, so it is what it is. Garrett says, "Howdy, fellas." Robbie said, "Steve lobbied for his own show." I can see that. I know that he had we went and he didn't mention that to me. We had lunch today. Shout out to his wife Charity. She graduated from college for the 15th time since I met her, and she's one smart cookie. And he didn't mention that at lunch, but he did mention he was going out to watch his son play in the Bullet East spring game. So it is what it is.
Okay.
So shout out to Elijah. Brad Parnell. Most players do make the most improvement between freshman and sophomore year. So Scott should be for sure. Red State says nobody's sleeping on James at all, but we need more than one big, and PK will get them. Khalifa. Brian Davis says Khalifa, I feel, will play this season. I'll take Roots in the UK transfer. I like that. I like that. I would too. Is it Ruth? Ruth or Ruth? There's a big difference.
I think Roots.
You think it's Roots?
Ruth.
Okay. Like
yeah,
Ruth.
But, yeah. But that is something Steve discussed earlier on the show, where he said there are 6 months between now and the season. So if Ali Khalifa can if he's had surgery already and he can get healed by then, he said he thinks there's a chance he could play mid-season, and I could see that.
Okay, so let's put a pin in that for just a second. Our guy Paul out at Mossy Oaks, the sponsor of the text line. Me and Paul's about to talk. We're going to do a lifetime sponsorship deal. We're going to talk here in the next couple of weeks and get that knocked down. I did want to talk about the faux panic with the Cardinal fan base. As far as basketball recruiting was, we'll talk about that in just a second if you'll remind me. Anthony says he would take Ruth's, especially if he stuck around and develops. And then Red State kind of reiterating that it's Ruth's. Yes, there's 6 months between now and the time the season starts, and that is a big reason why we should not panic as a fan base. There's going to be kids after the first semester of summer school. They're going to realize, I don't think we're going to play here. Let's go to this. Let's school jump when the portal opens back up. And I think the portal opens up as Higgy looks at his DoorDash menu. I think it opens up in July and then again in August. There's going to be plenty of time for us to get guys still in the portal. The guys that are coming back from the NBA draft, you've already seen You've already seen Coleman Hawkins. He didn't even go through the draft stuff. He decided he was coming back, but to college, but not to his school. So many things could happen. I would not. Brian, I'm all for it. Brian wants to know if the lifetime sponsorship deal with Mossy Oak comes with a $33 million buyout. I'll allow it. I will allow it. I don't know if Paul will, but I will allow that to be happen. Maben is on. Okay. Well.
Yep.
Huh?
This is basically looking like a primetime slot right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently our interview we did. There we go. Let's go. I'll bring that up in a minute. Well, Marcus, you slap nuts. Don't he normally go on 11? What's up, Mike?
Between 10 and 11. It depends.
Usually depends on how he's feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. Kids backing out. That's what I was going to say. That will cause a domino effect. And Mike says up 55. So that part is there. High school recruiting has been just running crazy. Again, there was a lot of high school recruiting being done last year and the year before that you all were unaware of. The people here that watch the show were aware of it. People here that co-host the show were aware of it. Just wasn't made. I know. My bad, Cardon. It's almost time to go to sleep as soon as I get some wings. Absolutely loving it. It's amazing to have these problems again. The excitement is palpable. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit up Marcus because I wasn't trying to step on his toes by going on at this time, but I did make him aware that I was going on at 10. So it's war. Let's see. Robbie's sending me a picture. Oh, that's cool. Let me get the shot sheet back. So here's a couple of guys we're going after. Hometown hero, Caden Magwood, Oak Hill, point guard, 6'3". I know he's very interested in Louisville. He had been not really asking for a Louisville offer, but it was highly suggested, and then he finally got it. Shout out to everybody out there that kept tagging U of L basketball and letting them know he was interested. Oak Hill's a prestigious university, man, and he got out of here to go play there to better himself, to hone his skills, and
he got invited to the Donovan Mitchell's elite camp for the summer.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's where I was going to go next, Higgy, the Donovan Mitchell elite camp. And gosh, man, I'm trying to remember. Again, this is what happens when you're producing and running the show at the same time. Shout out to Russ Smith today, getting some airtime on promoting the TBT. Kyle Couric being named a new member of the TBT team. I know a couple more of the members of the TB team. Y'all gonna really love it. Who's the big that played at Bellarmine? I was told that the kid was worse than Danilo. So I don't know. I've not been tracking him. Shout out to our guy though, Tim Barnett. He has been promoting Caden and Tyran Stokes. Also, these kids are Louisville kids, and hopefully they want to be here. Before he got the offer, somebody tweeted out, and it was just a random person, and I don't mean that to be offensive. If you are that rando, I apologize. It was like, hey, Caden, like this tweet if you would commit to Louisville if they offer you, and within seconds he liked the tweet. So that's a good sign. I know it's not a done deal, it was a good sign. Isaiah Sealy from Springdale High School, combo guard, 6'5". JJ Vandequit, Utah Prep, 6'1" point guard. The state of Kentucky's own Malachi Marino, 6'10" center from Great Crossing High School. Nate Ament from Highland School, 6'9" power forward. And last but not least, and a guy that Nolan and the crew were recruiting here last year from Link Academy, Jasper Johnson, 6'4" combo guard. And Coach Kelsey has also been recruiting in the class of 2026. Now, really quick, I saw another tweet floating around today that I think got people confused. EJ Walker. There was a tweet about him being offered to Louisville, and everybody was like, yeah, go ahead, pick Louisville, this, that. I don't know that he got re-offered by Louisville under the new regime. He may have, and I'm just not aware of it. But if you scroll up to the initial tweet, it was from February when Kenny and Nolan were still recruiting him. So yeah. I don't know how people just don't chat, and then people will believe anything they see on Twitter as well. You had Higgy DMing me personally and was like, man, I guess Nolan's not working out. I guess it's not. He's getting this new job at Central Florida. I'm like, no, that's not true, Higgy. That's not. Now, is Central Florida one of the places that he would go? Yeah, absolutely. But he has not he's not been offered. He's not accepted. And he told me to let you all know that he's been working too much at the juice bar down at Cherry Picking to even, and he was laughing. He's like, let him know jokingly, I've been working all these hours at the juice bar. So it is what it is. 2026, Latrell Almond, center, 6'8" center from John Marshall. Jaden Johnson from Trinity, 6'5" shooting guard. That kid's a Louisville fan, too. I've seen him post a bunch of Louisville stuff.
And that's also David Johnson's little brother.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that. So that's awesome. And last but not least, the aforementioned 6'7" power forward. He's 6'7" now. Good God. From Prolific Prep, Tyran Stokes. A bunch of talent there. Hopefully we can establish a great recruiting start with Coach Pat Kelsey. I know that's been the one thing that people have been. Well, that's the one thing I've been worried about the most. Can he recruit at a high level? Can he translate that to the court? We don't know. Another confusion. People are like, why are our players still playing at the practice facility? Well, they're still school don't get out to the end of May, so they are like Brandon Huntley Hatfield is not at NC State. Mike Jones is not at NC State. They're at Louisville. So, in that confusion, right there, and let's get back to Oh, you know what time it is? It's time for the return of one of the most anticipated returns segments in the history of Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast Network. It is Pronounce This with our guy Higgy. Higgy, come on down. All right.
What do I win?
Listen. Well, if you get 2 or more right, then you get 5 minutes to talk crap about anybody that you want. If you get less than 2 right, we just ridicule you for the rest of the show. It's not a big deal. So
let's get the flag ready.
All right.
I say, and John Lindemann, be afraid.
All right. I'm typing the first word. Now, in the past, I would type these out on paper and we would do it in person. Let's see if I type this in correctly. No, I did not. Write this. All right. Let's see. Oh, it's set. All right, Higgy. Oh, no, you know what? I'm gonna put it in this chat, but then I'm gonna put it in our private chat too, because it's saying it won't post it to all outlets. Y'all let us know if you don't see it. And we're just having fun at this point. Higgy, your first word is
Worcestershire.
What?
Worcestershire.
Higgy, you are incorrect. It's
what?
It's Worcestershire.
It's Worcestershire.
It's Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Okay, they can see it on YouTube. That's where we get the most. So Higgy is 0 for 1. This is going to be fun.
There's so many different ways to pronounce that is not even fair there.
I'm going to send you the dictionary version. Oh, crap. I'm not typing anything.
I know some people on the chat line want to agree with me on that.
No, the city is named Worcester.
But the sauce
is Worcestershire. Second word. So 0 for 1. And that was the easiest word we had, guys.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Jesus crust, as I like to say. Second word.
Senate Oak.
The correct pronunciation is Synecdoche. Synecdoche. Higgy, that is 0 for 2.
Okay.
Wing and a miss.
I promise you, the next week's we'll put some easy words in there too. But this week I swung for the fences. After I thought you would at least get the food one right. He's like, I can already tell this one is going to be just butt. All right, let's go. And if you want to know what the words mean, I will give you the meaning afterward. I forgot to do that.
So you could have told me if it was a sauce or a city.
All right. This word. Okay. You know what? This is what. That's a great point. We're going to be more fair. More fair. The next word is what an ear, nose, and throat doctor is actually called.
Okay.
Technical word is
ortho. something.
I'm gonna give you a second chance at this one. This one's a douche. I was a douche for putting this one in. I know. Spell it out, Higgy.
Ortho.
There's no. Where do you see an R at? You keep putting an R before the T.
Auto. I don't know.
It is otorhinolaryngological.
Okay, like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious over here.
You are 0 for 3. The third word.
He set you up.
You mean the fourth word?
Oh, is this the? Oh, okay, Higgy. I'm gonna give you a point for calling me out on my numbers. So he's got to get the last two right to like ridicule one of us. So this next word is a German noun that pops up in essays and books that refers to enjoyment derived from others' misfortune. Kind of like what me and Wes are doing right now. We are thriving and reveling in your misfortune. Let's go ahead and put in this next word. I'm a jack and I'm a jack and yes I am. And no, none of these come from his Wes. In the past, his wife would send these in.
Oh, really?
And he would get one or two of them correct. Your next word, Higgy. Your fourth word.
Schadenfreude?
It is Schadenfreude. Freude.
Okay.
All right, last word, and I promise that this is it. Basketball superstar Steph Curry made headlines when he challenged a group of high schoolers to a game of this instead of horse. Amazingly, the adjective literally means characterized by the use of long words. He didn't challenge them to horse. He challenged them to this. I need to have these written out and in advance so that way it doesn't take me so long. Steph challenged him to a game of boom. Now, before you say it, before you give your just spell it out in your head and then say it. This should actually be pretty easy. I thought this was the hardest one, but now I'm looking at the pronunciation. It literally reads as it's spelled.
Cess.
You got the first, wait a minute. First syllable is correct. Cess.
Sesquipedalian?
Wait a minute. Almost. It is sesquipedalian. Man, you know, I'm going to give that one. Y'all think I should give him that one? Y'all think I'm giving it to him?
Yeah, I'm about to say you gave him a hard time. Let him have one.
Sesquipedalian. I mean, but that it does kind of read. I kind of misled him. I did say it was pronounced as it read, and it does say pedal. Listen, everybody on the chat line is saying I should give it to you too. I'm giving it to you, Higgy. You were barely literate at 1 for 5, so we appreciate. And look, I know y'all are like, man, he set this dude up for failure. Trust me, we have given him far easier words that he has effed up way worse. I gave him this word one time.
I was going to say Seoul versus Saskatchewan.
I gave him this word, Seoul, Seoul, the city. He looked at it and as proud and as serious as he could be, he's like, that's easy. That says Szechuan.
Yeah.
Like, Higgy. No. We're going to head into the fourth quarter here, and we appreciate everybody tuning in with us. That was I had a lot of fun with that. Some of y'all like it. Some of y'all don't. We'll continue to do it periodically. Fourth quarter, we're going to do our little plugs. 502 Circle. Go to 502circle.com. Sign up for, I just realized I blocked all my gold. And the 502 Circle logo. What's up, Tony? Absolutely, Robbie. Go to 502circle.com. You can make one-time donations. You can make monthly donations. I finally, Quentin was asking me, did I get my swag yet? I got it today. It was a 502 Circle bottle opener, a 502 Circle coaster, and a 502 Circle magnet. And alongside with got more packages coming. So all the swag is on the way. So don't fret if you were before. I don't know why I said fret. This is not the early 1900s. Don't fret. It's on the way. Also, the Louisville live stream, I was giving my guests for this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Mr. Hunt Dog 32 says, well done, Higgy. You're the star of the show. I can't disagree.
Oh, that says Higgins.
Well, I mean, it's better than what we normally call you, so just take it. Sesquipedalian was the word, and I'm going to use that from now. But that's what Steph Curry challenged the kids, not horse. Sesquipedalian. Got the guest for the Louisville live stream earlier today. It'll be none other than MJ Griffin and Ben Perry this week. So that should be a really great Louisville live stream. You can tune into those live on the Ravon Sports app. They're brought to you by the 502 Circle, by the way. RavonSports.com. You can sign up for the app. You can follow Louisville football, Louisville basketball, all the Louisville sports, and you will actually get notifications. We do the Louisville live stream Tuesdays at 7 p.m. unless they don't give us anybody. Like last week, we didn't have anybody. You'll know if you stay tuned to us, you stay tuned to them, you stay locked in. Speaking of locked in, Dalton Pent's great podcast, Locked On Louisville podcast on YouTube. Follow it. This is our plug segment, and then we talk a little bit about wrestling at the end. So we're plugging everything we can. Wes. Oh, wait a minute. Before we plug anything else, Louisville baseball is heading out to Chapel Hill, North Carolina for a 3-game set with number 8 North Carolina. Believe it is. Is this the last? Higgy, is this the last series of the season?
This is the last road series of the season.
Okay. It'll mark the 6th time this season against a ranked team. The Cards are 7-10 this season against ranked opponents. In the previous 16 meetings by the Tar Heels and Cardinals, North Carolina has a 9-7 advantage. We are 2-6 all time in Chapel Hill. We did not play last year, but we took 2 of 3 from North Carolina in the most recent series in 2022 here in Louisville. Let's get back to Tanner's notes. We were finally projected in the come on, where's the last? My God, man, I still can't get over yesterday, Wes. We're gonna eventually get to that, but man,
we were projected in the last 4. Well, we were projected as a 3 seed against Tennessee in their bracket.
Is that?
Yeah, with Tennessee in their side of the bracket for the baseball, and
here we go. So if we were to make it, we'd most likely get the 3 seed in the Knoxville Regional and face be in the Tennessee bracket there. Probably have to win a game in the ACC tournament to be in comfortably. D1 baseball has us in the first 4 out as of May 8th. So still could get left out. I don't know. It is what it is. Let's get back to the shot sheet I was about to talk about. So we do the wrestling podcast as well. It's called Ringside Podcast. We interview, as we segue into the 4th quarter here, interview wrestlers from all over the wrestling world, whether it be OVW, WWE, Impact, TNA, AEW. I only said both of them. I know those are the same things, but we did interview Impact and AEW. Yeah, we had to take the ACC championship seriously. Impact and TNA under each realm, but we've got to interview a lot of cool people. So imagine our excitement when we got the email that said you are going to interview the new Women's World Champion Bayley on May the 8th at 10:30 a.m. I'm like, let's freaking go. Got some history with Bayley. Had some personal stories I was ready to share. We all log in. I'm hyped. Daniel's hyped. Linda's hyped. Eric's hyped. And the PR lady from WWE was like, good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing? Oh, yeah, we're good. How are you? Doing just fine. Hey, Jade will be with you in a second. Hold. And we're like, wait a minute. Are you talking about Jade Cargill? Are you talking about maybe the finest woman ever created by God? Are you talking about the new WWE Women's World Tag Team Champion, Jade Cargill? I said, okay, let's switch it up. And like true professional, we had 2 seconds to change our whole thought process and line of questioning. She hops on, and you can catch this on the Ringside Podcast YouTube channel. I have posted the link on my Twitter feed. She hops on the screen. Her hair's down, like just looking like a pro, looking like a million. Triple H knew exactly what he was doing by signing Jade Cargill. She's in a Purple Rain t-shirt. Look, my wife is like 2 rooms away right now, so I'm going to try to be a little quiet. She was looking super fantastic yesterday. That's the least egregious way to say it and not get in trouble with the wife. Jade Cargill, not only, let's take it a step further. We not only got the interview with Jade Cargill, but the question that one of us, let's see. So Sportskeeda is one of the biggest wrestling sites in the world, and they took excerpts from our interview and put it on their website today from the Jade interview. Speaking on the Ringside Podcast, one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions spoke about Cody Rhodes. During their conversation, Cargill jokingly vowed to cut a promo on the star after he brought Brandy Rhodes' iconic "It's Open Mic Night" line from AEW, which she used on Jade Cargill. So we asked her what was she going to do, and she said, quote, "Next time they hand me the mic, and hopefully I don't get fined, I would love to, let me tell you, one day I will do a behind the scenes or whatever documentary on that. I promise you it's going to be so good. I will have my moment. Let him have his moment. He's the champ. He's the face of our company. When it's my time, it's coming. Just get ready for that. Check out the video below. They linked this. But the question she wanted to know that she asked us to actually pose, and I believe that Daniel did tweet this out. I'm not sure if he did or not yet because Daniel's busy. He's actually a referee for not only OVW, but Impact Wrestling as well. I'm sorry, TNA Wrestling as well. So I don't know if he put it out. But she wanted, so her catchphrase, believe it or not, in AEW was, "Look here, cut the beep. Like let's cut the beep and get to it." She can't do that on WWE programming right now because they're on a PG channel. They don't do cursing on WWE like they do on AEW. So she asked us, what is an alternative? And we were throwing around a couple of things. Somebody said cut the crap, which doesn't sound nearly as gangster. Eric Cornish said cut the hullabaloo, which he was saying that jokingly. I think cut the spit would be, hey, let's cut the spit. But I did point out to her, this is only temporary because y'all going on Netflix in January. And on Netflix, y'all can even do like Higgy does on our show and show a little side boob, and it won't get any kind of marks or copyrights or nothing. It'll be as Higgy picks a Reese's banana out of his ear and eats it. I can only assume because this camera went sideways. So a great shout out there by Sportskeeda. We appreciate it. But man, did you get the Higgy? I know you don't watch wrestling much. Wes, did you get to watch the interview with Jade yet?
No, I got to go back and catch it.
All right. Yeah, well, you absolutely have to catch it. And next time, try to catch it before we do a show about it. That would be great. Okay. Let's see. Ringside with Jade, Louisville live stream. We plugged that. Plugged the 502 Circle. Let's talk about 3 things. We're going to go Backlash. We're going to go SummerSlam. We're going to go WrestleMania 41. Backlash was and we touched on this a little bit on the last episode as we did some of the recruiting stuff, the last episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. But the Backlash was in France. It was one of the most insane crowds I've ever seen in my entire life. They were chanting, "Oh my." So a lot of the chants were cool, but when they started doing them over and over and over again, they started to get a little annoying. But they didn't run out of gas, man. The whole night, they were charged.
Like, just honestly seeing, like, the effect it had on some of the superstars, like Cody, Randy.
Even AJ. AJ was the heel in the match, and they were chanting chants for AJ.
Yeah,
while he was out there.
Singing theme songs word for word and everything. It was ridiculous.
they got decibel notices on their phones. You know, when you're in an arena and the decibels go like over 120, it sends alerts to phones and stuff in the arena to let you know, hey, this may be damaging to your ears. And they were going way over the decibel thing. They were singing all the songs louder than the music. It was awesome. There was this one chant they were doing every time a referee count, which was probably 73 times that night. They counted a 1-2 and not a 3 count, just a 1-2 count. And they had this chant. It was like, yes, the camera was absolutely Wes Brocky in the building. It was un de simplement de sample, and they did that for like 2 minutes straight every time there was a 1-2 count. Not everyone could feel it for sure. So the crowd was great. The energy was great. The matches were great. It was a card. Backlash for 2 years in a row they've had in a foreign country, and Backlash has always kind of felt like WrestleMania's half brother. Like they don't pay. I don't want to say that that's because I love half. So wrong comparison there. WrestleMania is kind of like, or Backlash is kind of like. It's just not paid much attention to normally. So they moved it to out of the country the last couple of years. It's been a smash hit. It's been great. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Today, tickets went on sale for SummerSlam in Cleveland. I'm going to have to take a pass on that because Cleveland sucks. The Cavaliers suck. The Browns suck. Do they have any other sport? The Indians? No, they're not the Indians anymore. They're the Guardians.
So you're telling me Drew Carey was wrong?
Yes, Drew Carey was wrong. Well, he's on the prices right now. Absolutely. Jay Uso's entrance was insane. Have y'all seen that Twitter video? I don't know how real it is, but it's a concert going on, and the balcony looks like it's literally moving. Have y'all not seen that? You haven't seen it? Oh my!
I think that in the last Cavaliers series, they played Jay's music in the arena.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
Just seeing the. My fault. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was waiting for you to finish.
Just seeing his entrance from up top and then seeing the view of him on the turnbuckle before he got in the ring, like it was ridiculous. It really was.
Last but not least, have I got my tickets for Vegas? So they finally announced, was it Friday? It was one day in the last 4 or 5 days. The location, it was rumored for the last year that WrestleMania 41 would emanate from Minneapolis, Minnesota. TKO purchased WWE and kind of was like, no, we're not going to have it in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They normally announce WrestleMania's location for the next year during this. So we were waiting for an announcement during WrestleMania 40 where the venue was going to be. It didn't happen. And people were freaking out. Why hadn't it happened? Well, here's why it didn't happen. It's because the bid was taken away from Minneapolis at the last second and handed to Las Vegas, Nevada. Sorry, that's how and they get really offended if you call it Nevada out there. Garrett, you've never been to wrestling with us? I may have an extra standing room only ticket for SmackDown. It's yours if I do. I always have people that cancel on me. If I have an extra one, it's yours, my brother. But they announced it was Las Vegas. It's coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Got to say it the right way, Nevada. And the tickets don't go on sale for 3 or 4 months. But Jeremy's the Jeremy Wallman is really Louisville sports version of Triple H. He's the game, the cerebral assassin. He maps many, many steps away. So the first thing I thought was, it's rumored it's going to be in Las Vegas, but it's not been announced yet. Let me hop on here real quick. Within 10 minutes, I had booked a 1-week hotel stay at the Link in Las Vegas for $600. 3 hours later, that room was $2,400. So I hopped on. I was like, look, this is a rumor. As soon as it goes official, it's going to go nuts. and it'll probably go back down. But long story short, no, I don't have tickets. I do have a hotel room. Steve got hit. Like we literally, we called the same place. We both have rooms there for that week for that amount. So Jeremy Wallman, Joe Wallman, Steve Rummage, the crew's going to be in Las Vegas WrestleMania week. We are going to, the goal is SmackDown Friday night, Saturday NXT Stand and Deliver Saturday morning, WrestleMania Night 1 Saturday night, WrestleMania Night 2 Sunday, and Monday Night Raw on Monday. It's been a dream of mine to go to. I've got 2 things to knock off my list: a Money in the Bank pay-per-view, because I've seen the Money in the Bank case get cashed in at SummerSlam last year, so that's off my list. I want to go to a Money in the Bank pay-per-view and WrestleMania Raw, because those are always the most live. And I told Teresa, I said, look, I don't want any birthday presents this year. I don't want any Christmas presents this year. You throw all that into the pot for Mania, WrestleMania next year. That is a once in a lifetime. I'm not going to throw them. I'm even going to fly, Wes. God didn't put no wings.
With this big.
It's big. God didn't give wings to your boy. So I don't feel like I was made to fly. I did it one time. I didn't like it. Maybe because we flew down to South Carolina and had a connecting flight. So we took off in one trip. We took off and landed 4 times. Didn't like it. It was too much overkill. Yes, yeah. 25. Fabian, what's good, man? We talked about all the recruiting stuff. You're going to have to rewind. I can't go over. We only got 4 minutes left.
Hey, I'm with you, bro. I prefer direct flight. If I have it, I want to fly directly to where I'm going. I don't want multiple stops. I get the multiple stops can save money sometimes, but if I can get a deal, I want direct.
And that's what Joey's
in a few weeks.
Joey's our airport dude, because Joe used to work at the airport, so he's got connections up there. And
okay.
He gets a direct flight. Said it'd be about a 4-hour flight there and 3 hours on the way back, because you're going to be flying with the jet stream, so you fly a little bit quicker. So that was a big thing, because I have refused trips with Steve, with Joey, with Teresa, because I wasn't getting on an airplane. We drive everywhere when we go on vacation, because that's how my mom and dad did it growing up. We couldn't afford airplane flights, so we never flew until we were adults. But it's going to be epic. There's going to be some conventions, some live podcast recordings we're going to hit. It's going to be really, really cool. Robbie, do I trust who? I trust. Look, my circle is very, very small. I trust everybody in it implicitly. Higgy couldn't spell implicitly, but that's I even trust Higgy a little bit, even though he kind of almost broke that trust earlier by talking about private information in an open group chat. But I digress. Not going to call him out for it, even though I kind of just did. Look, we appreciate all you all tuning in tonight. We've had a really good time. We got about 90 seconds left. You can find us on all the podcast avenues as are on the bottom of the screen on the right-hand side. Higgy, point to the podcast avenues. Okay, well, he either pointed at my breast or the podcast avenues. He's pointing to the side. But you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Card Sport Zone. Facebook is Cardinal Sport Zone, 3 words. YouTube is Cardinal Sport Zone 55. YouTube.com/Cardinal Sport Zone 55. Our old one was Cardinal Sport Zone without the 55. And you trust him private. Oh, well, here's the thing. I thought he knew we were talking about it I did, but I didn't. It is what it is. But yeah, so you can even find some of our Sugar Bowl and National Championship YouTube videos at Cardinal Sports Zone without the 55. But this one's our new one. The reason we created a new one is because the old one wasn't really doing that many numbers. We thought a fresh start would be good. Let me go ahead and pull this off the screen, the chats. And then underneath me, right down here, boom, for sponsorship opportunities for the show, you can email me at that address, js723@aol.com. You can find me on social media at Jeremy_CSZ. You can find Wes on Twitter at WesKeys_CSZ. And you can find Higgy at DoorDash, Whataburger, or social media at I am the Higgy. Guys, we appreciate you all as always. We're hitting the 1 hour mark right now. Wes, any final words for everybody out there in Card Nation?
Shoot, let's get some commits, man. I know that's been repetitive with what everything's been going on, but yeah, hopefully we hear some good news within the next week or two.
Higgy, you got any last words, bro?
Be patient, guys. Pat Kelsey will do his business.
Pat Kelsey will do his business. You heard Higgy. He's not playing sesquipedalian with you either. He's being honest. Look, guys, we have a blast doing this. We're going to do them whenever we can. Got a good turnout. Not as good of a turnout as we normally do because it's 10 o'clock, but I'll take 700 people at 10 o'clock at night any day of the week. As always, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Do we have we do have a Live with 55 outro. So until next time, and we might listen. No Cardinal Sports Zone podcast this Sunday. It'll be here the next Sunday, the 19th. Mother's Day is this week. So no Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. We may come to you all over the next few days. If there's a commitment or anything over the next few days, we may come to you with an impromptu emergency 55 clips, which is our just whenever we feel like doing something silly or whatever. We are over the summer going to create new segments. Higgy's going to do some stuff on the YouTube channel. Wes is going to come up with some ideas and do his own stuff. We are going to open this YouTube channel up like it's never been open before, but we're going to bring you out plenty of content over the dead period, maybe some reviews. Look, Steve Rummage has said he would do some Disney stuff. I know that doesn't appeal to everybody, but I go to Orlando just for the city. The city's fantastic. It's amazing. It's a vibe. I call it a resort. It's really just whatever. It just sounds fancy. The place we stay down there is really, really cheap, and we can stay there for twice as long as we could in Panama City. So they've got a walking track and 2 big pools, and I just enjoy that part of it. Steve will come down every time I'm in Orlando, even if he just flies down for 2 days so he can go hang out with Mickey Mouse and them. And that's his thing, and it is what it is. Not going to knock him for it, but look, we're going to have some good times. We are going to, like I said, open up. You're probably going to see less stuff on the website and more stuff visual and audio coming from us over the next few months. And that I'm okay with that. We'll come up with some ideas. You all give us some ideas. We'd love to hear your all's input. You are the ones that you all feel this. We appreciate you guys and we love you guys. So until next time, the next Live with 55, we'll be 7 o'clock next Thursday. Go ahead and do it at 7. And then if we compare the numbers, and 10's just as well. I'd rather do it at 10 than 7. So we'll see what's best for you all. We appreciate you all. Sorry for all the talking. We're trying to wrap this up. Till next time, this is Jeremy, Wes, Higgy. Shout out to Tanner. Good luck on your job interview tomorrow. We appreciate all your hard work. Till next time, this has been Live with 55, a subsidiary. Got to write that time. Of the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast Network. Sean, hit the outro, idiot.
And you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar is set, we setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Now sit in the seat and set up your phone. You in the Cardinal.